America's most beautiful married woman. Tonight from Reno, Nevada, the home of the Reno Hilton. It's the 1985 Mrs. America pageant starring Richard Dawson and Vicki Carr. 50 years ago, the biggest little city in the world was known as the divorce capital of the world. Tonight, it becomes the marriage capital of the world as the most beautiful married women in America compete for the title Mrs. America 1985. And now, the 50 contestants competing for the title of Mrs. America 1985, serenaded by their 50 husbands.
One of a kind, it's her hour. What a delight, just watch her go. She can cover all bases, feet in 2 different places. She knows just how to make your day. Mrs. America. Lights never go when she's with you. Hectic at times, but then who cares? Drive the kids to the Memphis, then she beats you at tennis. Stay as fresh as the morning air. Mrs. America. Looks divine, fix the wine, shining hair and sparkling eyes. She's such a special lady, proves the trees, finds your keys, where her own woman rides sheep. She can't even balance or checkbook. Quiet at times, but disarming. Always a lady, soft but strong. Career girl, lover and wife, after the light your life. There's nothing that girl can do. This is America.
With special guest appearances by members of the United States Marine Corps. Special singing performances by Gladys Knight and the Pips. And special guest star, Mr. Vic Damone. Our co-host, the lovely Miss Vicki Carr. And your host, Richard Dawson.
Thank you. What a spectacular way to start. We welcome you to the 1985 Mrs. America pageant, the only nationally televised show that honors America's greatest natural resource.
Right.
The contemporary married woman. And have we got a show for you? I don't know how we're going to get all this in. We've got Vic, we've got Vicki, we've got Gladys, and those handsome Pips. We've got 50 of the most beautiful married women from all over the country with their 50 handsome husbands. And it looks like the Marines have landed too. We're here in Reno, Nevada. They call it the biggest little city in the world. And I got a feeling we've got the entire city right here on our stage at the famous Pioneer Theater. Aren't they beautiful? Give them a hand. All is well, all is well. Yeah. Thank you.
So great to be back with you and all this beautiful people and to be on the stage once again with 50 state winners from across the country.
Right.
One of whom tonight will become the new Mrs. America.
Exactly.
Have you had a chance to pick your favorite yet?
Now, you know I can't have favorites. We have to be impartial, right?
Okay.
But you don't. Why don't you look for the winner from your home state? You find a favorite. Stay with us. Because tonight, we're going to find a brand new Mrs. America 1985. They're all my favorites. Yes!
The 1985 Mrs. America pageant is brought to you by Ivory Shampoo and Conditioner for hair that's not fancy, just fabulous. And by Arm & Hammer Pure Baking Soda. One for the fridge, one for the freezer, one for the bath. And by new all-natural Wesson oil, the 100% natural oil that gives you great tasting fried foods.
I think my mom should be Mrs. America because she's pretty and she could represent our country in a great way, and because I love her and so do the rest of her kids.
Go, Mom!
Well, thank you. As you can hear, there's excitement here, but there's always excitement in Reno. More than 11 million visitors come here every year, and right now you're about to meet 50 of them.
That's right. You know, they're the state winners representing the 52 million married women of America. And right now, each of our ladies is going to wear a state costume she created just for this pageant. Richard, you just won't believe what went into some of them.
I believe, I really do.
Okay.
And now you're going to see what great shape this country is really in. In alphabetical order, then, let's take a tour across America as we start our search with
Mrs. Alabama.
Greetings from the football capital of the South, home of the legendary Paul Bear Bryant.
Mrs. Alaska.
A warm hello from Alaska, where we're all raving about the great land.
Mrs. Arizona.
Greetings from the home of the USFL Arizona Outlaws.
Mrs. Arkansas.
A fishy hello from the land of opportunity, a vacation paradise.
Mrs. California.
A living float from Pasadena's Tournament of Roses parade.
Mrs. Colorado.
Greetings from our nation's ski capital.
Mrs. Connecticut.
A warm welcome from the Connecticut Yankee.
Mrs. Delaware.
Good evening from our first state, the Diamond State.
Mrs. Florida.
Good evening. I represent the shape of my beautiful Sunshine State.
Mrs. Georgia.
When it rains in Georgia, seems like it's raining all over the world.
Mrs. Hawaii.
Aloha from the Enchanted Isles of Love.
Mrs. Idaho.
A warm hello from the silver mining state.
Mrs. Illinois.
Hello from the home of the Chicago Cubs.
Mrs. Indiana.
Welcome from the Hoosier State and home of the Indianapolis 500.
Mrs. Iowa.
A warm hello from a place to grow.
Mrs. Kansas.
Hello from America's sweet state. We are proud to help feed this world.
Mrs. Kentucky.
Hello from the Run for the Roses, the Kentucky Derby.
Mrs. Louisiana.
Hello from the land of Bahama Indians.
Mrs. Maine.
Hello from the state where the sun dawns on America first.
Mrs. Maryland.
Hello from Maryland, where smiles and black-eyed Susans are in full bloom.
Mrs. Massachusetts.
Greetings from the Bay State. I represent my state bird, the chickadee.
Mrs. Michigan.
Hello from the state that put America on wheels.
Mrs. Minnesota.
Warmest greetings from Minnesota, land of ice and snow.
Mrs. Mississippi.
The world-class international ballet competition will be held in Jackson, Mississippi.
Mrs. Missouri.
I'm happy to bring you greetings from the gateway to the west.
Mrs. Montana.
An old west howdy from the Big Sky country.
Mrs. Nebraska.
A very warm welcome from Nebraska's good life.
Mrs. Nevada.
Welcome to the entertainment capital of the world, where everyone loves a winner.
Mrs. New Hampshire.
From the lakes region of New Hampshire, I bring you the freshwater clam.
Mrs. New Jersey.
A
A salute to the home of the Revolutionary War and the turning point to freedom.
This is New Mexico.
Hello from the land of enchantment and beautiful sunsets, New Mexico.
This is New York.
New York salutes you from Lady Liberty.
This is North Carolina.
Welcome aboard from the state that was first in flight.
This is North Dakota.
Warm greetings from the Winter Wonderland state.
This is Ohio.
Hello from the Buckeye State. Our state flower is the red carnation.
This is Oklahoma.
Greetings from the Sooner State.
This is Oregon.
Greetings from the state where our rain makes us beautiful.
This is Pennsylvania.
Hello from the birthplace of the United States Constitution.
This is Rhode Island.
Greetings. I bring you the Rhode Island Red Rooster because we've got a lot to crow about.
This is South Carolina.
Greetings from South Carolina and its beautiful Grand Strand beaches.
This is South Dakota.
A sparkling hello from the home of Landstrom's beautiful Black Hills gold jewelry.
This is Tennessee.
Hello from the state of the beautiful iris.
This is Texas.
A warm hello to all of you from deep in the heart of Texas.
This is Utah.
Good evening from Utah's newest pioneering effort, the Utah Opera.
This is Vermont.
Hi, I'm Ethan Allen, the father of Vermont statehood.
This is Virginia.
Ahoy from the home of the Atlantic Fleet.
This is Washington.
Hi, spring showers bring Mayflowers to the majestic evergreen state.
This is West Virginia.
Hello from the Mountain State, home of the Mountaineers.
This is Wisconsin.
A very happy greetings from your beer and dairy state.
And this is Wyoming.
Hello, our pioneer women were the first to vote.
Marvelous. Just beautiful. There they are.
And you know, while all 50 of our ladies are together, it's time for two very special awards.
Exactly.
While they do not affect the outcome of the pageant, they are the first honors of the evening. And we begin by announcing the winner of our Mrs. Photogenic Award.
Envelope.
There it is.
I have to do all the heavy work.
Poor baby. And the winner is Mrs. Missouri, Sally Breck.
Congratulations.
Mrs. Photogenic wins, now picture this, a brand new Kodak trim print instant camera with instant film. And isn't she pretty as a picture?
She certainly is. Well, we've got another winner right here.
That's right.
I'll take this one.
Thank you very
do
much.
that. Who is it? What
Now
is it?
it's time to announce the Best Costume Award.
Ah, okay. That's a great
And the winner is Best Costume, Mrs. Iowa, Anne Marie Worley.
Come on, big hand up. She is gorgeous. Love
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That's adorable.
Very nice. I shall never look at corn quite the same way again. The costume's a winner, and so is the lady inside. And to prove that you're a winner, my angel, we've got a great prize for you. Thank you. You don't talk, do you? Thank you. I just wanted you. Could you put your arm around? But no, I want to show you everything right here. We have a Casio keyboard with a built-in AM, FM radio, and cassette recorder. And because you're so clever, I know that one evening you'll probably sit around and turn it into a dress. I'm going to give it back to our Marine friend because I can see you don't have many hands. All right, sir, thank you. And thank you. Give her a nice big welcome. Come on, I think. Congratulations. She's marvelous. All right. And with the following win.
There are over 50 million married women in America, and that makes these 50 state winners, literally 1 in a million. So congratulations, ladies. Really,
Yeah.
you're all beautiful.
Well done. Excellent. I think they deserve a round of applause.
Right.
It's been a long time. I wanted them to go off with a nice round of applause because right now, what are they
the
going to do?
ladies are going to disappear to
Right.
take off those beautiful state costumes.
Maybe I should disappear. No, I won't
Stay
disappear.
here.
I'll stay here with you because what a state those ladies are going to come back to us in. This is absolutely not the time to turn that dial. In just a minute, we'll present not one, not 20, but 50 bathing beauties in swimsuits. And we'll find out who the 10 semi-finalists for the title Mrs. America 1985. Now, you at home, have you made your pick yet? If you have, we'll just see how well you did when we return.
The 1985 Mrs. America pageant will continue after these messages.
You're very kind, but isn't this just like television? Do you remember about 2 minutes ago, a man in a tuxedo standing on this very stage with Vicky Carr promising to show you 50 beautiful women in bathing suits? You remember that? What he didn't tell you is that they'll be wearing their official Sandcastle swimwear. He also neglected to say they'll be in shoes by Grenda. Now, who is this uninformed guy? If it's a Richard Dawson look-alike guy, sick of it. Come on now. Yes. In Reno, Nevada, home of aces and kings, one of these beautiful ladies is about to become queen. They all look like 10s to me. You got to say one thing, married life certainly agrees with these women, right? Come on, give them a welcome round of applause. Beautiful. Let me tell you now, first, each of these ladies competed with other married women from their own home states. Then, those state winners were flown here to Reno for Pageant Week, and it is an incredibly busy week. They've competed in both swimsuit and evening gown competition, and they've been judged on personality, intelligence, poise, and, of course, beauty. And this very minute, for 10 of our ladies, the Pageant Week pursuit of that Mrs. America crown continues, because right now we are going to announce the names of our 10 semi-finalists. To deliver those names, we call upon the exalted keeper of the envelope, the pharaoh of the flap, from the accounting firm of Laventhal and Horwath, certified public accountants, Mr. Ravel Taylor. May I have the envelope? Please, Ravel. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay. My angels, it all comes down to this. Now, you know that I will read out the names of our 10 semifinalists in no particular order, but I just want you to know that we love each and every one of you. Good luck. Here we go. I love this because it's exciting, but I hate it because I'm going to lose 40 of these darlings. But that's what's the reason we did the pageant. The 10 semifinalists are, number 1, Mrs. Mississippi. Congratulations. The second semifinalist, Mrs. California. Yes. Well done. Third semifinalist, Mrs. Texas. Congratulations. Fourth semifinalist is Mrs. Alabama. The fifth of our 10 semifinalists, number 5, Mrs. Nevada. Five names left. The sixth semifinalist, Mrs. Kansas. Semi-finalist number 7, Mrs. Wisconsin. Remains to be called. The next one, number 8, Mrs. New Mexico. The ninth of our 10 semifinalists is Mrs. New York. One more. We'll have 10 semifinalists. And number 10 is Mrs. Louisiana. Yep. What a thrill. I gotta congratulate the judges so far. You're doing great work. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
One word. Surprise? Happy?
I feel blessed.
You are. Good luck to you, my darling. Congratulations.
Thank you.
One word for you to sum up how you feel.
Excited.
Excited? You stole that from me. Congratulations.
Great.
Just great.
Yeah, I'm great.
First time I've heard great with 8 syllables, but it sounds great. Well done, my darling. Sum it all up, right?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Yes. Good luck. What did you say? Butterfly?
I'm speechless.
No butterflies, I think. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
This moment, tell me, what's it feel like?
Very exciting.
Yeah, very? Added a very and got away with her reply. There you go. I'm proud of you. Tell me, did you think you were going to get here?
Well, all the girls were just wonderful, and I'm just grateful I'm one of the 10.
Congratulations. Little darling? What do you say?
Wonderful friends.
They really do make friends. Really. My angel, congratulations. What do you think?
Incredible.
Incredible, I like that. And what would you say?
I don't know, my heart's beating so fast.
I think you just slowed mine down a little. As the song says, we've only just begun. There are your 10 semi-finalists. They are beautiful. You are gorgeous. We are well on our way to finding Mrs. America 1985 because she's standing right here. Who is she? What's your guess? Don't you dare go away. They're magic, aren't they? Magic time.
The 1985 Mrs. America pageant will continue after these messages.
Well, welcome back, and just in time. Here in Reno, the excitement is mounting. I mean, you can just feel it. Our judges have just narrowed the 50 state winners down to our 10 semifinalists.
That's right. Now remember, Mrs. America is among them, so look very closely. And I know right now I'll be looking very, very closely because it's time to meet and present our 10 semifinalists in the sensational swimsuit competition.
That's right.
Mrs. Mississippi, Donna Hill Russell.
I would like to be Mrs. America because I am a married woman and I revel in this role. Sometimes I feel like a juggler, balancing the demands of wife, mother, and career. But I've always believed a dynamic woman does not wait on her fortune. She creates it.
Mrs. California, Dwan Smith-Fortier.
I would like to be Mrs. America because my pride in being a wife, mother, community worker, career woman, role model, international spokesperson, loyal American, and my love of glamour make me want to accept the challenge of competing for this most honorable and prestigious title.
Mrs. Texas, Sherry Richards.
I would like to be Mrs. America because I believe in what she represents. Women make a house a home. I'm old-fashioned, for I believe in God, family, and country, for this is the common bond that unites us into our great nation and proud spirit of America. God bless the U.S. of A.
Mrs. Alabama, Diane Rooker.
I would like to be Mrs. America because it would be an honor to represent the married women of our country. Women who successfully juggle a complex lifestyle while coping with everyday problems, maintaining a positive attitude and sense of humor while sustaining a meaningful relationship with their families.
Mrs. Nevada, Sandy Draper.
I would like to be Mrs. America because women today face the task of being a good parent, raising a responsible child, and contributing to their community. The combination of these challenges has produced a woman that is self-confident, vibrant, and more visible within her city, yet she still holds the sacred position as heart of the home.
Mrs. Kansas, Gwen Greason.
I would like to be Mrs. America because it would give me the opportunity to remind America that we are a nation that has been blessed because we are a nation that is still free. We are one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for us all.
Mrs. Wisconsin, Sherry Lejeune.
I would like to be Mrs. America because of the great opportunity to grow personally and professionally, to share with others my own experiences as a woman, wife, and mother. My commitment is to spread love and goodwill and to help promote unity and understanding in the family structure wherever needed.
Mrs. New Mexico, Jan McGowan.
I would like to be Mrs. America because for too long, women who are married have been overlooked. And I would welcome the opportunity to show that we are strong as ever, that we are intelligent, talented, and beautiful women who can still make a home and love our husbands.
Mrs. New York, Sherry Morganti.
I would like to be Mrs. America because the married woman should be recognized as an attractive, important individual, the backbone of the American family. With so many opportunities, we can truly do in life what is most important to us. I support the women that follow their dreams.
Mrs. Louisiana, Carmen Hughes.
I would like to be Mrs. America because it would give me the opportunity to promote the importance of a strong family unit. America must recognize this natural resource as the nucleus of its society, for the family unit is truly the heart of America.
You're absolutely right. Weren't they beautiful? They were absolutely gorgeous. There you have them. 10 of the loveliest married ladies in America. And that's a tough act to follow unless you just happen to have an incredible act yourself. And that's exactly what this next lady has. She's been performing with her talented partner. She's been turning heads, turning out hits for years. If you feel the temperature rising, that's understandable, because this lady's hot. Please welcome the sensational Gladys Knight and the Pep.
Can you feel it? Tell me, can you feel it? The heat is on. 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 It's on the street. Inside your head. With every beat. The people lie deep inside. The pressure's high just to stay alive. 'Cause the heat is on. Hey. Caught up in the action, I'll be looking out for you. Tell me, can you feel it? Tell me, can you feel it? Tell me, can you feel it? The heat is on. The heat is on. The heat is on. Hey, it's on the street. The heat is on. Tell me, can you feel it? The heat is on. The heat is on. The heat is on. Burning, burning, burning. It's on the street. The heat is on. 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 The heat is on.
I've had just 3 pips for a long, long time. But maybe it's time to grow a little. I want all you female entertainers out there to eat your hearts out, because you'll never see the likes of this again. Thanks to the help of all the Mrs. America's husbands, here's the world premiere of my new act, Gladys Knight and the 53 Pips.
come to know. Ooh. He said he's going back to find. Going back to find. Woo, 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 what's left of his world. The world he left behind. Not so long ago. He's leaving on that midnight train, Georgia. Yeah. Ooh. Said he's going back to find different place and time. Oh, he is. I'll be with him. I know you will. We're on that midnight train to Georgia. I'd rather live in his world than live without him in mine. For love, gonna board the midnight train and ride. For love, gonna board, gotta board the midnight train and go. I've got to go, I've got to go, I've got to go. Hey, I've got to go, I've got to go. Hey, midnight train to go. I've got to go. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Fantastic. They were absolutely marvelous. I want a round of applause as I mention them all one more time. We've seen show business history here tonight. First of all, for my love, the sensational Miss Gladys Knight. Yes. And how about a great big round of applause for the three pets right there. Well done. And a very special round of applause for the 50 part-time pips. There were a couple of pops there too, but it doesn't matter. The 50 husbands of our Mrs. America contestants. Fantastic. Now, congratulations. Let's not forget the husbands' wives. One of them tonight will become the new Mrs. America. Don't go away.
The 1985 Mrs. America pageant will continue after these messages.
Okay, while our 10 semifinalists are slipping into their evening gowns, our 40 state winners here have slipped into something a little more casual. They're in their Adriana Papel blouses and their Braxton jeans, ready to learn the results of our annual pageant survey of all 50 contestants. We do this every year. It's kind of fun. Find out what the ladies think. For instance, we asked the ladies their favorite male movie star. Number one answer was Robert Redford. We asked them favorite movie actress, and I'm so glad you liked her. She said Sally Fields was number one. Sally Fields. Did you say Sally Fields?
I surely did.
You like Sally Fields?
I love her.
Is there something about her looks that you like?
I surely like her look. I was rooming with Mississippi, and listen to me now.
Has anyone ever told you that you look like Sally Fields?
Everyone has, since about the age of 12.
You look gorgeous.
Thank you.
Now, we said to the sweet ladies, what's your favorite day of the week for romance? This is a surprise to me. Number one answer was Saturday. Is that your day?
No.
What's your day?
Sunday.
Sunday?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of nice. Yeah, one of the ladies said she didn't care, just whenever he was off. That was her end. Been an incredibly busy week for every one of our ladies, and here's how it all began.
Deborah Wolf, our reigning queen, greets the 1985 contestants at Reno's International Airport. This group, wearing Braxton jeans with Adriana Papel blouses and piquette sweaters, locate their luggage at DuPont Cordura Nylon and take off for a week of pageant excitement. Mrs. Kansas, Vermont, North and South Dakota, and North Carolina, wearing colorful summer knits from Utah piquettes, take a break from their Pioneer Theater rehearsals to enjoy Ike Shea's cooking performance on the deluxe Benihana home Japanese grill by Maverick. Some of the ladies in Sandcastle swimwear and sportswear get the DuPont Antron Nylon red carpet treatment at Virginia City's historical Mackey Mansion. Pennsylvania, Indiana, and Utah's romantic florals enhance the lush look in the Mackey Gardens. Maryland and Maine enjoy a relaxing moment, comparing the fragrances of Madame and Monsieur Rochas. This trio, in a dazzling Suncastle color explosion, head out to join the others for a fun ride on Virginia City's cableless cable car, driven by the town's colorful chick, Francia. Mrs. George's Kodak trim print instant camera and film create an instant lifelong memory of her wonderful Western adventure. Delaware, Mississippi, New Hampshire, and Alaska enjoy horsing around in their streamlined stretch denim jeans by Braxton. Delaware joins range rider John Tyson in a gallop to the collar mine. The fluffy DuPont Qualifill pillows can comfort any part of your body, anytime. Mrs. Massachusetts and her new companions wearing piquette sweater fashions strike it rich with a very heavy load of gold nuggets. Oops. Some pan for gold, while our ladies from Hawaii, Arizona, and South Dakota pan for silver. DuPont Silverstone, that is, and nothing sticks to it. It's Hellrose watch time for our lovely quartet in Braxton's patched jeans and piquette's knits to visit St. Mary's of the Mountain. This Sandcastle threesome apply Hawaiian Tropics tanning lotion while sunning on a Therapeutic by Medicoil mattress and box springs. Watch out, the train's coming. Our cow-punching group of lovelies, Brenda Shoes, hit the boardwalk deck leading into the Delta Saloon, the first building rebuilt after the 1875 fire. Mrs. Nevada shows off in a beautiful Adriana Papel silk blouse. On the walkway, Louisiana and Washington enjoy seeing and being seen in their Sophia Loren eyewear from Xyloware. Our contestants read Parents Magazine wherever they go, even at the notorious Bucket of Blood Saloon. Virginia City, one of the richest places on earth and known as the liveliest ghost town in the West, is made even livelier by our ladies playing with a Casio keyboard with double cassette recorder. This sophisticated group, wearing elegantly tailored 100% silk blouses by Adriana Papel, beat and greet some of the friendly local residents. John Tyson in his weathered spurred boots and our dangerous Sandcastle duo in Brenda's daring new shoes stalk each other, acting out an old-fashioned gunfight. The ladies win the battle and hope that their victory will carry one of them to the 1985 Mrs. America crown. Stay tuned to learn the final results.
Right now, it's time to meet
some very special people.
You'll
right?
tell me about it.
I will. We'll start with a man who works all year long to make this pageant a reality.
He's my favorite.
He's a great guy. The president of the Mrs. America pageant, Mr. David Marmel.
Now, finding 50 state winners is a monumental task, and here are the people to help make it happen all over the country. The state pageant directors. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please take a bow? We'd love to acknowledge you. There they are. Thank you. You did a great job. Very good. All over the country, the Mrs. America pageant wouldn't be possible without the work of thousands of people. But tonight, the decision as to who will be the new Mrs. America really boils down to the work of 5 truly remarkable men and women. So shall we meet our distinguished panel of judges?
I think it's about time that we did. Our first judge is just as proud of her brand new baby daughter, Reno, as she is of the 2 gold medals she won in the 1984 Olympics, and I was proud to be there. We're proud of the fastest woman in the world, lovely Evelyn Ashford.
Welcome, Evelyn. Yeah! We love you. Look. She's good. Now, a million know this next gentleman is America's favorite Hollywood columnist. Now, he's known everybody. He's had friends from Marilyn Monroe to Frank Sinatra. The thing I love about him, he writes great books. He's just written a brand new biography by Jackie Gleason. I've just finished it. It's sensational. It's called How Sweet It Is. And how sweet it is to introduce the author, Mr. James Bacon. Give it. There you go. Yeah.
One of America's favorite music makers, he composed the music for the new stage hit Bogart. His all-time hits have ranged from the million-selling She Wore Blue Velvet to the unforgettable theme, There She Is, Miss America. And here he is, right here with us, Bernie Wayne.
We're glad you're here, Bernie. Well done. For more than 30 years, a leader in government and veterans affairs, back in World War II, this remarkable gentleman covered an exploding grenade with his own body and personally saved the lives of 5 comrades. I am honored to introduce the only Congressional Medal of Honor winner in the state of Nevada and a genuine American hero, Mr. Richard Sorensen. Richard? Welcome.
And all the way from Anchorage, Alaska, she's a consultant in community relations and a mother of 3. She also happens to be the charming and glamorous winner of the title Mrs. America 1978. You can see why she's still a winner. Mrs. Cindy Roberts.
Welcome, Cindy. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, collectively, all together, nice round of applause for our distinguished panel of judges for the 1985 Mrs. America pageant. We're delighted you're here.
And now we have to put our judges back to work. Right. At this very minute, our 10 semifinalists are changing for the evening gown competition.
Right. Judges, of course, are getting ready with the tough job of narrowing the field of 10 down to our 5 finalists. Now, you at home, have you made your choice yet? Don't go away. Tonight, we're going to find us a winner.
That's right.
You got any idea?
The 1985 Mrs. America pageant will continue after these messages. The 1985 Mrs. America pageant will continue after station identification.
We thank you. Now time for one of the most crucial moments of the entire pageant, both for our judges, panel, and of course for you at home. This is the final judging before we announce our 5 finalists. Each of our 10 semifinalists is wearing a gown she brought from her home state. And we have an extra bonus as members of the United States Marine Corps present swords in a salute to each of our 10 semifinalists in the evening gown competition.
Present sword.
Mrs. Mississippi is 31-year-old Donna Hild Russell from Brandon. The mother of 2, she's a freelance model and wardrobe assistant who enjoys needlework and aerobic dancing. For her honeymoon dinner, her husband Richard brought her peanut butter crackers, a candy bar, and soda. And he's been satisfying her appetite ever since. Married 9 years, Mrs. Mississippi.
Present sword.
Mrs. California, Dwayne Smith Fortier, is a 41-year-old commercial actress and mother of 2. An avid bodybuilder who enjoys singing, dancing, sewing, and roller skating. She once served as a Goodwill ambassador to Japan. Married to a firefighter, they've been keeping their romance burning for 3 years. From Lakeview Terrace, Mrs. California.
Present sword.
Mrs. Texas is 30-year-old Sherry Richards from Bowie. The mother of 2, she's an aerobics instructor and freelance model who loves gardening, plants, and teaching Sunday school. High school sweethearts when they married, Sherry and her husband share a special talent. They train fleas. Married 13 years, Mrs. Texas.
Present sword.
Mrs. Alabama, Diane Rooker, is 38 years old and the mother of 2. A physical fitness counselor who enjoys aerobics and weightlifting. She presents fitness seminars at juvenile correctional institutes. Married 6 years, from Pelham, Mrs. Alabama.
Please, kid. Short.
Mrs. Nevada is 30-year-old Sandy Draper from Reno. The mother of 3, she's a motivational lecturer who enjoys sewing, designing women's accessories, and toll painting. Her first date with her husband was to the desert, to rope lizards. 2 years later, he roped her. And despite her green belt in karate, they've been happily married for 9 years. Mrs. Nevada. Mrs. Kansas is 43-year-old Gwen Greason from Sublet. The mother of 2 and a grandmother twice, she's a dress shop owner who enjoys playing bridge. Married to a pilot, she and her husband have been successfully soaring through life together for 24 years. Mrs. Kansas. Mrs. Wisconsin, 34-year-old Sherry Lejeune, is a fashion model and dancer who enjoys skiing, horseback riding, reading, and collecting music boxes. The mother of 1, Sherry and her husband take roller skating lessons together once a week. Married 12 years, from West Bend, Mrs. Wisconsin. Mrs. New Mexico is 23-year-old Jan McGowan, an account executive at a radio station. Jan enjoys racquetball, golf, fishing, and dance choreography. Married for just 1 year, their wedding started out with a real bang. They were married on New Year's Eve. From Holloman Air Force Base, Mrs. New Mexico. Mrs. New York is 25-year-old Sherry Morganti from Rochester, a freelance model and beauty consultant for Eastman Kodak. She likes gardening, ceramics, romance novels, and unusual pets. The mother of 1, she occasionally raises iguanas, snakes, and white rats. But her favorite companion is the man she married secretly 5 years ago, her husband, Ed, Mrs. New York. Mrs. Louisiana is 30-year-old Carmen Hughes from Walker. A legal secretary, she enjoys cooking, aerobic dancing, and showing her dog, T-Bone. When she and her husband decided to marry, they each quit their jobs and opened a law firm together, sharing contracts and cases ever since. Married 4 years, Mrs. Louisiana.
Let me hear it for them. Come on, beautiful. They are sensational. Thank you all very, very much. Right now, our past experience tells us these 10 semifinalists have only 2 things on their mind. They're thinking about the title of Mrs. America, and they're wondering how well their husbands are holding up at this memorable moment for our 10 semifinalists. I would like to present my lovely co-hostess with an extraordinary song. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Vicki Carr.
begins to moan. the time I knew what happiness was. Let the memory live again. Daylight, I must wait for the sunrise. I must think of a new life, and I mustn't give in. When the dawn comes, tonight will be a memory too, and the new day days, the stale, cold smell of morning. The street lamp dies, another night is over. Another day is dawning. Touch me, it's so easy to leave me all alone with the memory of my days in the sun. If you touch me, you'll understand what happiness is. Look, a new day has begun. Memory, I'm alone in the moonlight. I can smile at the old days. It was so beautiful then. I remember the time I knew what happiness was. Let the memory
Vicky Carr. All I can tell you, I've known this young lady ever since I've been in America. And you sing better all the time. And tonight, somewhere in heaven, there's an angel without a voice. You were magnificent.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You've got a voice and a memory to behold. And tonight will be a memorable evening for one of our 10 semifinalists. Will your favorite lady be Mrs. America? There's only one way to find out. Do not go away. You were great.
The 1985 Mrs. America pageant will continue after these messages.
We think our mom should be Mrs. America because she's a very understanding mom, and I think the country will love her the way we have.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's a salute to all 50 states by our 50 Mrs. America contestants, with our own Vicky Carr representing the District of Columbia.
I love you. District of Columbia, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Alabama, South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, Oklahoma, West Virginia, California, Georgia, Texas, Maine, Mississippi, Washington, South Carolina, Arkansas, North Carolina, Tennessee, Louisiana, Iowa, Nevada, Kansas, Arizona, Colorado, Michigan, New Jersey, Nebraska,
Alaska,
Pennsylvania, Florida, Wisconsin, Utah, Maryland, Kentucky, Oregon, Rhode Island, Idaho, Hawaii, and Vermont, Virginia, Delaware, Wyoming, and Connecticut.
Yes. Ladies, you were terrific. Beautiful. I want to thank the ladies. They look terrific in their grand activewear. And Vicki, you were absolutely terrific, but I'm sorry. I'm going to need the sash and the flag back, all right? Sort of hail Columbia and farewell. Now, you still have to pick a new Mrs. America. There's a lot at stake, including cash. The first annual Parents Magazine Award of $5,000. And the new Mrs. America heads for Hawaii, where she will compete, as you know, in the Mrs. Woman of the World pageant that Vicki and I were thrilled when we hosted last year. It was absolutely exciting to see our Miss America in Hawaii competing against winners from 31 other countries in the very first internationally televised pageant for married women. And I think it was about time that we had one. Don't you think so? Sure. I was very, very proud to be there. Because I can remember that excitement when the pageant narrowed down to its final two contestants. Our darling Debbie Wolf of West Virginia, the reigning Mrs. America, stood beside a lady from the other side of the globe, Mrs. Sri Lanka. And it was absolutely magical. Ladies and gentlemen, here all the way from Colombo, Sri Lanka, here she is, the winner of Mrs. Woman of the World. Come on, Rosie, get out of here. Now, you know, I won't lie to you. She has a last name that sounds very easy. I cannot say it, so I always just introduce her as Mrs. Sri Lanka. How do I say your last name, Rosie?
Senanayake.
See, she says that like it's her own name. Isn't that amazing? Now, Rosie, you look as beautiful tonight as you did the night I crowned you. Remember that magic time? You were, if I recall, you went all over the world. Came there, you had 50 contestants. Their ladies are right here now. One of them, as you know, is going to become the new Mrs. America. Then they'll go into Hawaii in September, right? That's right. We'll be there. We'll go to the Hawaiian Hilton Village. You enjoyed that, didn't you?
Very much.
Turtle Bay, you remember that? Turtle Bay Hilton?
I do.
And then all the married women will compete from all around the world in this year's Mrs. Woman of the World pageant. Now, as I say, you've traveled all over, but what I want to know, apart from traveling all over the world, what have you enjoyed most about traveling in America?
It has been a great pleasure to tour your wonderful country for the last 6 weeks. I have visited 25 different cities telling my new American friends about my land and our pride and joy, the finest tea grown anywhere in the world. I am grateful for the hospitality and friendship of the people of the United States, and I hope your winner tonight will be as happy as I am. God bless her.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, Rosie. Rosie, may your tea always brew well. It's an old Colombian little thing. May your tea always brew well. And I know they love it if you say a few words in their own language. We don't want you to leave, Rosie. Don't leave, because you remember how exciting the final moments of the pageant can be. You at home, don't leave right now. 10 semifinalists. So when we come back, we'll have 5. And then we'll be selecting a brand new Mrs. America. We look fantastic.
The 1985 Mrs. America pageant will continue after these messages.
This is the moment. It's come right now. All of us, including our 10 semifinalists, are about to learn the names of our 5 finalists for the coveted crown of Mrs. America 1985. Mr. Taylor, may I have the envelope, please, sir? Thank you. Thank you, sir. Ladies, once again, the names that I read out will be in no particular order, and I wish each and every one of you good luck. 5 finalists for the title of Mrs. America 1985 are number 1, Mrs. Mississippi. Finalist number 2, Mrs. Alabama. Now come to the 3rd finalist, and it is Mrs. Louisiana. Number 4 is Mrs. California. There are 6 ladies up on the stairs. Only one name will be called. And the 5th finalist is Mrs. New Mexico. Congratulations. I'm very proud and happy for all of you. You're now a member of the very, very select group. And you're headed into the final judging. One of you is about to become the new Mrs. America. Now, for years, we've had a tradition here at the pageant, a romantic serenade as a tribute to the top 5 married ladies in America. We're going to continue that tradition tonight. Here's a gentleman with one of the most romantic voices in the world. Made a lot of ladies' hearts beat faster for years. And just for me, all I can tell you, ladies, is if there's a man in America with a better voice, I've not heard him. Here he is, Mr. Vic Damone.
Thank you. You'd be so easy to love, so easy to idolize, all others above, so worth the yearning for, so swell to keep all the home fires burning for. We'd be so grand at the game, oh, so carefree together that it does seem a shame that you can't see your future with me, 'cause you'd be so easy to love. I feel like I've died and gone to heaven. So worth the yearning for, so swell to keep all the home fires burning for. We'd be so grand at the game, so carefree together that it does seem a shame that you can't see your future with me, 'cause you'd be so easy to love, easy to love, easy to love.
Mr. Vic Ramone.
Richard.
Well, beautiful.
Oh,
Great
thank
job.
you. Thank you.
Can you believe it? I worked 90 minutes. He sings one song, knocks them dead. You're great. We're delighted you're here. Now, the judges have the hardest work of all. For these lovely 5 finalists, they have to pick one winner. They're going to do it. Stay tuned. We're going to crown a new Mrs. America. Now teach me how to sing.
The 1985 Mrs. America pageant will continue after these messages. The 1985 Mrs. America pageant will continue after station identification.
Ladies, this is it. This is the moment. Our judges right now and our audience at home, this is the last time they're going to take a look and they're going to listen to you and make up their minds, okay? I am going to ask you some questions. I wish you all luck. I know that you all drew backstage to see, you know, who would be answering questions first, and it was done in secret, so you don't know in what order I'm going to call you, do you? I'm going to do it now. Just relax and have a good time. I'm proud the 5 of you got this far. Here we go. I would like, first of all, to speak to Mrs. Louisiana. Right here. I just want to congratulate you. Please tell me your name.
Carmen Hughes.
And how long have you been married?
4 wonderful years.
And what does your husband do?
He's an attorney.
Okay, here is my question, my love. You and your husband were involved in a hijacking in which you were locked in a foreign airport for 3 days. What did that experience do to strengthen your marriage?
It makes you really realize what freedom means to you in America, and it's a wonderful place to live. Thank you.
I'm glad you're living here, Carmen. Give her a nice hand, please. Mrs. Alabama. Come on, Alabama. And Diane Rooker. How long have you been married?
I've been married 6 years.
What does your husband do?
He's a project superintendent for Harvard International Construction Company.
All right, here's your question. I assume that your husband, Terry, must travel a lot because you've told us that you have a long-distance marriage. How has that affected the relationship between you and your husband?
Well, Richard, I think it's actually strengthened the relationship because when you're apart, you have to work much harder in order to communicate. When you're on a day in and day out basis, it's easy to work problems out. But as the semi-head of household, I have to make all of the decisions and carry through with those decisions and hope that I can reach Terry by phone if they're major decisions. But it's brought us much closer, I think. We've learned to live with it quite well.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Number 3 is Mrs. Mississippi. Yeah. Hi, Richard. And right there, my darling, so we can get a nice... Just want to get a nice picture of you. How long have you been married?
We have been married for 9 years.
And what does your husband do?
He's a pharmaceutical rep for Keys Pharmaceutical Company out of Miami, Florida.
All right, here's your question. You told us that a married woman's primary role is to create a climate for individual growth in her home. Have you done that in your marriage?
Yes, Richard, I have, and I'm still continuing to try to do that. We have a great relationship in that we have set our ideals and principles, and we're trying to work at our fullest potential to accomplish that.
I know you will. Thank you. Number 4, about 5 finals. Mrs. California. Swan, you're looking good. Come on. How long have you been married?
Nate and I have been married 3.5 sweet, sweet years.
What does Nate do?
He's a firefighter paramedic with the Los Angeles County Fire Department.
All right, here's your question. Yes, you can applaud that. We've had a lot of fires, and he's been doing a heck of a job. Thank you, Nate. Here's the question. As you said, your husband, Nate's a firefighter whose job is to put out the flames. How do you manage to keep the fire burning in your marriage?
I managed to keep the fires burning in our marriage by living by the principle that I didn't get married to be married. I got married to continue our courtship and our romance. And I keep trying to make it interesting, make it happy, and when he's gone away long nights like that, I'm the one that keeps the fire really tended for the kids, and I say a lot of prayers, and that's how I do it.
Yeah. You really made me cry. Go away. Thank you. I don't know that I can do this. I get too involved with these darlings. They speak to me, and here we go. Right now, Mrs. New Mexico. Come on. I'm proud that you're here. Jan, how long have you been married?
1.5 years.
What does your husband do?
He's a lieutenant in the United States Air Force.
Here's your question. You're a contemporary bride of the 80s. What have you found out about marriage that you didn't know 2 years ago?
Well, for one thing, you have to be extremely flexible. And with the Air Force, I've learned that at an early time on in their marriage because he has to leave a lot, and then I travel a lot with business myself. And the Air Force actually comes first, and then their marriage. So I have to be flexible and do my things at home to keep him happy.
Thank you. Continue to do it. Thank you very much. You may have heard some of those words before, particularly on a show I used to do, but I gotta tell you, ladies, you gave good answers. Good, right? Good answers. You were marvelous. The judges are marking their final ballots. In a moment, we'll have that decision. When we come back, one of these beautiful ladies will be the new Mrs. America.
The 1985 Mrs. America pageant will continue after these messages.
We are here. This is the moment. It all comes down to the excitement right here and now.
The judges are casting their final ballots, and we're about to learn the name of the new Mrs. America.
Right. But first, please join us in saluting a very special lady who's worn the crown so well for the past year. From almost heaven, West Virginia, it's a real pleasure to introduce Mrs. America 1984, Debbie Wolf. Thank you, man. I know it's been a very exciting year of travel and meeting lots of friends. It's certainly one of the highlights for you, my angel. It had to be the one that was shared with, I think, over 200 million viewers. And that, of course, was the annual New Year's Day Rose Bowl Parade, Pasadena, California, when our friend and host, Baron Hilton, had arranged for the original torch from the Statue of Liberty to be sent to California and was put aboard the very first float in the parade, where America and the whole world could watch as you led that parade with our country's symbol of freedom. That had to give you chills.
It's a special privilege when I think of all the eyes that strain to see the light of that torch through the fog.
That's beautiful. You know, despite all the travel and all the visiting, I hope that you and your husband have managed to find some time together.
Well, from the White House to London, we had several second honeymoons, and just between us, we're expecting our 4th child in about 7 months.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Well, Debbie Wolf, the last year's Mrs. America obviously has been a very, very special one for you. And we're delighted to hear there's going to be a new wolf at the door, if you'll pardon the expression. We congratulate you on the baby, and we're very, very happy. As you know, there are lots of terrific rewards for tonight's winner. Debbie, Will you help us take a look at some of them? Okay.
A $5,000 cash award from Parents Magazine, one of America's leading women's magazines, serving her needs as wife and mother and making life more beautiful, healthy, and entertaining. Any time is the right time for Parents Magazine. Helbro sports watches for all occasions. Helbro's watches offer incredible accuracy, modern styling, and quartz reliability. For over 70 years, America has been served by Helbro's, the new tradition in time. Glass and plastic ovenware for carefree cooking in microwave and conventional ovens, all with durable, easy clean Silverstone. The certification seal proves it's the genuine premium non-stick service from DuPont. Rain Soft, the water treatment system that softens and purifies water. It keeps family healthier with cleaner water for drinking and cooking. Provides lasting beauty for hair and complexion. Rain Soft, what water was meant to be. She'll energize on a Therapeutic by Medicoil with patented triple edge and permagrip. Some fabrics with DuPont Teflon soil and stain mattress protector. Therapeutic, the mattress sleeping the world. A fresher than ever springtime bedroom with luxurious DuPont Qualifill pillows with Stay Fresh and a beautifully coordinated ensemble of Qualifill comforter and draperies and the lovely Primavera design by Countess York. A deluxe Benihana home work center with built-in grill by Maverick with slide-out cast cooking service. Do everything at home that you see at Benihana's Japanese restaurants. The Benihana Home Japanese Grill by Maverick. Carpet made of DuPont Antron nylon, America's carpet fiber in more homes than any other. In more styles, colors, textures with soil and stain resistance for carpet beauty that lasts. Antron only from DuPont. From Utah Piquette, she'll receive the ultimate in knitwear, a wardrobe of sweaters for all seasons of Comfort 12 yarn of DuPont premium acrylic. Piquette's fashion manufactured with the idea that looking good is not good enough. From Braxton, she'll receive a spectacular selection of stretch denim jeans and sassy stripes and streamlined shapes that can only enhance her terrific looks. The jeans that fit from Braxton. She'll create a sensation in her 100% silk blouse wardrobe from Adriana Papel in brilliant colors and bold silhouettes. Adriana Papel captures the imagination of the sophisticated woman. Mrs. America and her husband will enjoy a trip to London on a Transworld Airlines wide-body jet. She'll be a winner with Kodak's trim print instant camera and film. Pictures are remarkably slim with beautiful colors that bring special moments to life. Just snap it and share it. Kodak's trim print, the other camera that's like no other. A $1,000 Sandcastle swimwear and sportswear wardrobe in a dazzling color explosion of beguiling styles for the woman of refinement and good taste from Sandcastle Swimwear and Sportswear. Shoes by Grenda, the original, and exciting new designer styles and colors that could only be by Grenda. Step into something original. Step into Grenda at better stores throughout the world. Grenda. From across the Pacific, she'll enjoy Hawaiian Tropic natural tanning lotions and oils. The international tanning sensation with the scent of coconut, tan of the islands, and the natural goodness of Hawaiian Tropic. Aloha! Sophia Loren's eyewear selection for seeing and being seen every moment of your life. Found only at the finest eye care professionals from Xylowear. An elegant selection of fragrance gifts from the internationally famous Rochas Paris collection, featuring Madame Rochas, a romantic blend, and Mr. de Rochas, a fragrance that lives differently but dramatically on every woman. Casio's electronic stereo keyboard, the CT7000, featuring 20 instrument sounds and 12 background rhythms. Multitrack memory allows freedom to compose and arrange your own music. Casio, where miracles never cease. Mrs. America will receive a beautiful natural black glamour ranch mink coat from the internationally famous Flemington Fur Company in Flemington, New Jersey, one of the world's largest specialists in fine furs. She'll choose a $1,000 set of luggage with fabric of rugged DuPont Cordura nylon. Cordura, the first choice of fashionable soft-sided luggage, features unmatched durability for the best wear and travel wear. Today's Chevrolet Cavalier, America's best-selling car, for people to know exactly where they're going. It's a winner for tonight's winning lady. Today's Chevy Cavalier. Drive it, live it.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we promised you a brand new Mrs. America. The time is now. Mr. Taylor, the envelope, please. Thank you, sir. I should mention all the runners up, of course, will receive cash prizes. Naturally, our love and gratitude for being here. Good luck to all of you. Here we go. This is the final decision. The fourth runner-up is Mrs. Louisiana. The third runner-up is Mrs. New Mexico. And now the second runner-up is Mrs. Alabama. And now we are down to just two ladies representing more than 50 million married women in America. This pageant started with thousands of women across this country, which narrowed down to 50 state winners by the start of our show. Then the 10, then the 5, and now there's just 2. One of you ladies will be the first runner-up. The other is Mrs. America 1985. If for any reason Mrs. America cannot fulfill her obligation to the title during the next year, the first runner-up will assume that title. Ladies and gentlemen, the first runner-up is Mrs. California, and Mississippi is Mrs. America 1985. Yes! Mississippi. Take your walk, Your Majesty. Let everyone see. Mrs. America, we want you to take a big, deep breath because you are about to start the most exciting year of your life. It all starts tomorrow when you fly to New York City for a round of television appearances, starting with the Today Show. Now, I've been around a lot of television studios. They get very chilly. We don't want you to get chilly. We love you, and we're proud of you. So here is your brand new full-length mink coat from the internationally famous Flemington Fur Company. Isn't that beautiful? And now that everyone has seen your brand new coat, why not show it off in Europe? We have for you and your husband round-trip tickets from TWA wide-body jet to London. There's the tickets right there, champ. And let me tell you, we can't have you going around Europe without money, so I'm going to present you with the very first annual Parents Magazine Award, $5,000 cash. Okay? And finally, Mrs. America, we know it's been a long, hard road to winning the title. To make that road a whole lot easier, here, made in America, for Mrs. America, your brand new Chevrolet Cavalier. You got it? Congratulations.
The 1985 Mrs. America pageant continues after these messages.
Come on down here, Your Majesty. I want to thank you for a most unforgettable evening. I want to thank our very special friends like Vic Damone, Miss Gladys Knight, and the Pips, members of the United States Marine Corps.
And we'd like to thank the Joe Gershie Orchestra, Ron Foyer, Joe, and Joe's wife, Corky. who wrote our new Mrs. America theme song that was sung by our wonderful husbands. Great job.
You did a great job. Thanks to all of our friends, old and new, who are living right here in the biggest little city in the world, Reno, Nevada. Obviously, wanted to thank our fantastic host, Baron Hilton. We're all staying at the great Reno Hilton and having a good time. The 50 wonderful husbands of the 50 most beautiful married women in America, thank you. You were very special. You made it easy. There's one more beauty I should thank. My co-host is right there, Miss Vicki Carr.
Thank you.
You were sensational. We really had a great time. Thank you for making it so nice. We'll see you here next year, 1986, Mrs. America Pageant. We love ya. Thank you.
The 1985 Mrs. America Pageant has been brought to you by Ivory for a pure, natural kind of clean. Lather up with Ivory. And by Ziploc Bag. We've got the lock on food protection. And by new all-natural Wesson oil, the 100% natural oil that gives you great tasting fried foods. Travel arrangements provided by TWA, the #1 airline to Europe. Flies non-stop from the U.S. to more cities in Europe than any other carrier. Leading the way, TWA. If you'd like to be a contestant in the Mrs. America Pageant next year, write to us at the Mrs. America Pageant, 2001 Wilshire Boulevard, Santa Monica, California, 90403. This is John Harlan speaking.
Take your time, but then who cares? Try to get through the business, then she meets you at tennis. Say, as fresh as the morning air, her own woman bright and cheap. She can't even balance your checkbook. Quite a time. Sorry. Always the ladies of the strong. Career girl, lover and wife, master that lightens your life. There's just nothing that girl can do. This is America.
The following